This video we are going to see maximum, minimum and count function. Max, as the name itself indicates, will find out the largest value of the given range. For example, here you have written max E1, E3, E5. That means you are asking the system to find out the maximum value out of the given values in the cell E1, E3, E5, and this is written over here. In this cell you have mentioned the formula. Now you can see in E1 it is 55, in E3 it is 23 and E5 it is 59. So of all these three, E5's value, that is 59, is the maximum. So you will get the answer as 59 in this cell. Or the another method is that you could have written max E1 to E5. You have given the complete range. Here you see we have given only the three cells, 1, 2 and 3. We did not include this and this in this one. But when we are writing E1 colon to E5, that means we are taking the complete range of cell. So again here we find that 59 is the largest value. So 59 will be shown over here. Or the another way is that we have written E1 to E5 max E1 to E5 comma F1. This means now the values from E1 to E5 as well as the value of F1 will be considered to find out the maximum value. So here in this case the maximum value is 60, therefore we got the answer as 60. So this is the different ways in which we can make use of the max function. Next we have the minimum function. Minimum will also work in the same manner as the maximum function was working. Only the difference is that in this the minimum value, the lowest value will be shown. So here you can see when we have written minimum E1, E2, E4. So out of this the minimum value was of 21. So 21 is displayed. Even we can give the range MI and E1 to E5. That is the whole lot cells are given. And of these the smallest value is 24. So the minimum value, the smallest value of 24 is displayed. Or we can write it this way also, E1 to E5 and F1, E1 to E5 continuously, as well as include F1 also to find out the minimum value. So here again we see that the value that is the smallest is 23. So you will get the answer as 23. This is the minimum function. The way to write minimum and maximum is same, exact same. Only the difference is that maximum will give you the largest value and minimum will give you the smallest value. Now we move ahead and we have the count function next in the series. You can see count function, it counts the number of values in the given cell. How many values are there in this cell? Like for example, we have written is equals to count E1 comma E2. E1 comma E2. So how many cells are involved there? Two cells are involved, and how many values are written in those two cells? Only two values. One, it is 55. In the second it is 43. So number of values are 2. So therefore you got the answer as 2. Or we may write it like this, is equals to count E1 to E5. E1 to E5, that is beginning from E1 ending at E5. Count how many values are there. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore the answer is 5. Yet another method, now we have written count D1 to F1, D1 to F1 and comma F2. That is you include the value of the F2 also. So here in this case let us count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the values are there. Therefore we got the answer as 4. There are certain keyboard shortcut also. Now let us see those keyboard shortcuts. So you can see here some keyboard shortcuts are given there. You can make use of these keyboard shortcuts also while we are working with the formulas. So this is about the formulas. Now after this we will discuss about the error results. Sometimes we are not able to get the answer on the screen, rather certain symbols are displayed sometimes, or sometimes a message is displayed. So whenever we get any of the value which is not understood by us, what actually does it mean, we are going to talk about that. These are the some common errors that we find sometimes when we work in the Excel. We find that in spite of the answer, in place of the answer, we are getting such messages in the column or in our rows. So what this each message indicate? If you got this message, this means that you are trying to divide a number by 0. So you won't be getting any answer. If this message n by a hash n by a is shown, that means the cell that you are using for calculation does not contain any value. That is a blank cell. That's why you are not getting the answer. In case if we got hash name question mark, this means that the range that you are giving for the calculation, the number of cells that you are taking for the calculation is incorrect, or that you are making use of a text formula like concatenation, but you have not taken the values in the quotation mark. And if we get so many hashes in the column, that means the column is quite short to show all the values. The values cannot be accommodated. The values cannot be shown because the width of the column is not enough. So you can drag and increase the width of the column and the values will be visible. If we get hash num and exclamation mark, this means that the argument that you are giving in the function, whatever you are writing between the parentheses, that is not correct. If we get hash ref, that means the cell address that you are giving is wrong. The cell address created by you is wrong. And the last is hash value. Hash value means that the data that you are providing for the functions to work with is incorrect. So these are some of the error results, error values that you will commonly find when you work in the Excel. I hope you all were able to understand the functions as well as these error results. Thank you and keep practicing.